I just wanted to break in here just for a quick minute because this Saturday, well, the Bohemian Grove has been going on, but this Saturday, we should have some good folks down watching what is going on, who's driving in, who's driving out, what's happening right outside of the gates of Bohemian Grove. So that should be fun. But then if you come back here on Sunday, this Sunday, we are going to do a live show, another episode of Dark Docs Digest with Christian Coffins and with our good friend Brendan O'Leary. That should be fun, and maybe even Crip Rick may even join us for that too. And we're going to be talking about probably all things Bohemian Grove or whatever Christian wants to talk about. I love when he just leads the whole show, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. It's going to be a really fun, interesting show. I'm going to try one of these filters here. Let's go for a filter. Why not? Sorry. Okay. All right. I'm done with that. Do I want to stop streaming? No, I don't want to stop streaming. How do I get it? There we go. So, that is what is on the table for this weekend. I will not be at Bohemian Grove this year, but it's always nice when we have some good people who will show up just to let us know what's going on. I think Sean Ackley, I believe, will also be there with Brendan, and maybe even Noah, I think, is going to be there. And you never know who'll show up, who'll drive in, who will drive out. Um, should be another interesting year to see what they're doing. We know in 2020 everything was supposed to be shut down. They were still doing a little bit of dull care there, maybe not so much as they would normally do, but they were a little bit active at the Grove back in 2020 and then 2021, 2022. So we'll see what happens this time in 2023. I believe the cremation of care happened last week, last Saturday. So they should be in full swing here into the second week, and we'll see what the guys find. If they find anything interesting, or if Brendan will find any memorabilia like he usually does every year. He finds something, something outside or a guest pass or something like that. So, whoop, I hit a little pothole. So that is what's happening with the Groves. Hopefully, you can come back here and join us on Sunday to get a little recap, and we'll see whatever Christian and the guys want to talk about on Sunday. I'm sure they'll come up with something. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about, even if there isn't too much activity outside Bohemian Grove. We'll find something to discuss. No problem there. So that is that. See if there's anything else. Um, Yeah, on this channel or on my other channel, Greg Fernandez Jr., that's the one that has the icon with the Trump and RFK Jr. logo. So on that one, you're going to see just a lot of Trump Kennedy stuff, all leading up to the 2024 presidential election. And then hopefully in 2 weeks, I'm going to be able to come back and do another show on David Crowley on the Gray Stage, all of that with this new video that has come out that I have not seen yet. I really just want to watch it live. I only plan on watching it once because I hear it's not very good. It's more of the same old with the David Crowley. I think it's a Coffee House Crime is the YouTube channel. It's a good YouTube channel. I watch a lot of their stuff on there, but I kind of bummed out. This is probably going to change my view on the channel. And it's like, man, if you got this one wrong, how many other cases did you get wrong? But we'll see. So I'm starting off with a very negative perspective because at this point I don't really expect too much from these crime shows, true crime shows that cover the David Crowley case. I don't know how a lot of them can get this stuff wrong. It's just laziness. I mean, it is just another episode to these people, and just another case that they're looking for continuing to cover. I'm glad it's being covered, and I'm glad it's still out there. That's kind of the main thing, is to keep the case alive, to keep it going. So that will be interesting. Hopefully 2 weeks from now, we'll be next weekend, we'll be able to do that. But the plan is for this Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific time, we will go live right here on this channel. I should have it all scheduled and queued up. Two things that Brendan brought up. I know we've talked about this probably before, but because of what's happening with the Kennedys and everything, I think it's really important to bring it back up about the Kennedys going or not going to Bohemian Grove. So you have a letter. Brendan has a letter that we're going to show from President John F. Kennedy. I don't know if he was a senator back then or what. I have to really look at it, but um, Kennedy politely declining to go, it looks like. And then there's another thing that um, Brendan found where it shows that RFK Sr. did go to Bohemian Grove. So I'm curious to hear any more about that, or to see what the sources are, the documentation. Are they in those books, the the annals that Brendan O'Leary has? I think he has just about every one of the Bohemian Club's books now at this point. So that'll be good. It'll be good to get caught up with Brendan and with Christian too. I haven't talked to in a long time with just life and everything. And I'm sure some things are going to come up. Some life things are going to come up. And I don't generally talk about myself or my personal life or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure some of that will end up coming out. And that's okay. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to go there. But the search continues. So there is that. There is a new. I don't know if you've been following the Tucker on Twitter, but I've been following all of those. I haven't watched the latest one, episode number 9. That is the one with this guy named Andrew Tate, and I don't know who Andrew Tate is. So, but it's 2.5 hours when most of Tucker shows are like 10, 12 minutes. He did an 18-minute show one time. The last number 8 was like 5 minutes. So I'm curious to see. Not that Tucker can't do it or anything, but it's just it'll be interesting because it's 2.5 hours. Wow, okay, that's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to watching that, seeing what's going on. Still following uh, what's happening with Twitter and Truth Social and Donald Trump, greatest president, probably maybe the second greatest president of all time, definitely the greatest president in our time, and a president for all times. And then what's going to happen with RFK Jr. as he is set to steamroll right over Joe Biden? That's going to happen. That is going to happen. Now, we don't know if RFK Jr. is going to get the Bernie Sanders treatment, where Bernie should have beaten Hillary Clinton, and so it'll be very curious to see what happens with the DNC, because the DNC does not want Joe Biden to debate, and that pretty much says who they want to win, who they want to face Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential primary. Obviously, they want Joe Biden, and I believe that the people, the real Democrats, the old school Democrats, the Democrats that I grew up with, um, they want RFK Jr. They want something different. And you can just see how bad it is with Biden. It's just so bad. The media, the best thing they can do instead of trying to defend Biden is to ignore it. That's pretty much all that they can do at this point. And then try to just drown RFK out by just all this anti-Trump stuff. Just anti-Trump. Trump's bad, Trump's bad, Trump's bad. Here's why Trump is bad. And I don't know. I mean, some people are going to fall for it. Some people love it. They're going to eat it up, drink it up. But it'll be a very interesting year to document. And so, in about 7 months now, we are going to vote for the primaries. The primaries should start in about 7 months, I should say. So that's when each state will have their primaries. And of course, it really looks like RFK Jr. is going to run away with New Hampshire and Iowa simply by default if Joe Biden just doesn't put his name on the ballot in the primaries, which is almost like handing those states to President Trump. Then on the other side, you have some pro Trump people that are trying to convince Donald Trump not to debate. The master debater, they want him to not debate, to boycott any debates or anything like that. So I can't sit here and get mad or call out the DNC because they don't want to debate the other Democrat primary candidates and then be, oh, well, that's okay. Trump can do it. No, Trump needs to do that too, for the good of this nation, for the good of this country, and to keep his name out there and to keep all of his points of views and everything out there. It would be very, very smart for him to debate other Republican nominees, or not nominees, candidates, other Republican candidates in the primaries. He would be very smart to do so. The smartest thing that both of the two top runners could do is what RFK Jr. and President Trump should set up a town hall discussion, which will really be a debate, and bypass everybody else. Screw it. That's what the people want. I mean, that's the biggest thing. That would be the biggest thing since Trump did the town hall on CNN. Which that was really, really, that was bigger than I thought. And there was like no notice. I don't know. I didn't even know it was happening until I tuned into Geeks and Gamers and one of their other streams, the CobraCast 199, and just was like, wow, okay, is this live? Is this a past thing? Did I miss this? And sat there, and while it was getting banned, the streams, you can't really find them on YouTube that much, but they're all over. The clips are all over everything. I think probably, I know it's on Rumble, the full show, but everybody wanted to see the full show and having a hard time finding it. Had to go to these small little channels like mine to find some of that good stuff. So it is out there. Things are being shadow banned. This censorship is just crazy. But the book that I'm working on right now, Kennedy and Trump, I'm having a lot of fun writing this book, and I'm gonna use a lot of different aspects of other projects and other writings that I have, and it's just almost like, how far deep do you go? How deep down the rabbit hole can I go with this? I mean, at some point, the thing could veer off into the 2020 election. It could veer off into the early days of COVID. It could veer off into the death of John F. Kennedy, to the death of RFK. There's so many areas that this could go in. All of Trump's, all of the impeachments that they've done, how he's beaten pretty much everything that they've tried to do to him, the border wall, all this stuff. But the main things that will be covered in this book are going to be what RFK Jr. and what President Trump really are running on. Those are the main things. So we're talking about the economy, our environment, the wars, the border, including sex trafficking, human trafficking. Those are going to be the main things. The censorship, right? Those are five of the big things. I think I had one or two other things there. So I've just been collecting quotes and collecting what they're saying about this stuff, and each one of those is going to be its own really big chapter. But then it's like, then we could get into other things. It's, I don't want to do like the whole background of RFK and Trump. Really want to stay focused on what they're running on, what their platforms are, and really to show how similar the media attacks are, which is part of the censorship, right? They're being attacked the same. But a lot of the things that they're running on, they agree with. They sound very, very similar. So it's really refreshing to have the same point of view on both sides, and to have two people who really are trying to bring the country together. Now, both of them will talk about party line stuff. They'll talk about their parties, the problems with their own parties, and they'll talk about what they like about their own parties and everything. But the big thing, as I'm doing this, the more that I look at it, it's like RFK Jr. is running on the same platform that his uncle and his dad were running on. He's just continuing this here. So this is a continuation of President Kennedy's for 1,000 days, right? 1,000 days in office. This is a continuation of what Senator Robert Kennedy was running on before he was killed in California, in a hotel in California, Hotel California. Pretty interesting. And now you have the third Kennedy here, right? I mean, I don't really count Ted Kennedy. That's a whole other thing. But you have three really good candidates, good Kennedys here, good, very, and I'm not saying they're good Kennedys, but these are good candidates, and it's all good for this nation. It is not bad for this nation. This is good for this nation, for this country. And if Trump and RFK can't get people off of the sidelines, that's sad. But that's not their fault. That's people that just want to stay on the sidelines, which is their choice. You can do that if you want to, but just leave it up to the rest of us, I guess, to participate, to take part in. And I know we've been just beaten down for so long that a lot of people have just given up. Given up on the whole system, given up on our Constitution, on our democratic republic. And that's really bad, that's sad, and that's what the evil wants, That's falls right into the devil's plan. Indirectly just, helping the devil's plan go full swing to where we get to this one world order, to this new world order, to this one world government that is coming at some point, but it's going to be really hard for them to take down the great American experiment. Not saying it's impossible, but and we know it's going to happen at some point, right? If you read the the book of Revelations, you can see where this is all going. So we know what's going to happen at some point. So and we know that God is going to be with us right here as it all happens, and we know this is all for a purpose, for a plan that is much bigger than any of us. So while we are here, why not try to do something good? Why not try to make something out of this and just do the best that we possibly can? And sometimes that means just you know, staying out of the way. Sometimes that means getting involved. Sometimes it means not stepping on other people's toes. But we're really looking for ways to bring the country together, to bring the people together, to get beyond the party lines. And I think we have two candidates who can do that and who are doing that. The Bohemian Grove does it. They don't care about party lines. A lot of these evil forces, they don't care about party lines. So why should us good people care about that? We need to look beyond that. Well, I need to look beyond that, anyways. And it's really easy to get caught up in. I think the reason why I haven't really gotten caught up in it is because I didn't really, never really cared for the two-party system. It does not really make sense to me. Why you would just have two parties, just these two groups. It's not good for this country. And the real thing is, when you start researching it, there are other parties. There's the Libertarian Party. I mean, there's over 100 parties, and you just never hear about. They never get any media attention. They don't get any traction. But with the digital age, it is different. If you seek, you will find it. You will find who these candidates are, and that's the only thing. In 2016, President Trump, was nominated for another party. I believe it was the American Independent Party. So he technically in California he was on the ballot for two parties, which was pretty interesting. I don't know if I've seen that before. And yeah, we'll see what happens here, and we'll see who is going to be rumored to be at the Bohemian Grove. I've never heard that President Trump has been even rumored to be there. Maybe he is. I remember we were standing outside in 2019, I believe it was 2018, when I brought the big Donald Trump cardboard cutout to just freak people out, and it and it did. It worked better than I could have even planned. We had this guy. He brought his dog, and was trying to get the dog to pee on the Trump sign, and the dog wouldn't do it. So smart dog, still like that dog. But then I was talking to one of the workers there, young kids, because they love to hire these young kids. When I say young, I mean like 16, probably 17. People are just working for the summer, trying to earn some extra cash. And I was talking to this guy, and he gets a flat tire. So he's there. He's kind of forced to be there right outside of the Grove while he waits for some help, because he apparently doesn't know how to change his own flat tire. And so we're talking and everything's good. And then all of a sudden I said, you know what, this would be a great time to just pull out that Trump poster. And I did. And it changed. The conversation changed. His attitude changed. Everything changed. I mean, triggered by a poster. And that's just how gone some of these people were back in 2017, 2018, when the hype was just, it was almost like a drug to just hate on Trump. There was some euphoria tied to it or something. People were getting off on it, and it was fun to watch. Probably not for them, but for me it was fun. It was entertaining. But I've reached my destination here, and just so if you want to join us this Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific time, right here on this channel, I'll leave I should schedule it later today. Hopefully, I just haven't had time to. I haven't had time to shave or anything. So, but I will be doing that, and we're going to do another episode of Dark Docs Digest. I'm really looking forward to that. So again, hopefully, Christian Coffins will be there, Brendan O'Leary will be there, and hopefully, Crip Rick will also be joining us too. I don't know if he's been on one of the Dark Doc shows with us yet, but I think he's going to fit right in. So until then, my friends, God bless you all. And stay safe, stay well, and keep your care alive. No dull care. No dull care. Be gone, dull care. All right, God bless.